Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Anessa and I'm an author from Toronto, Canada, and I publish under the pen name A.N. Sage. I write fantasy, mystery, gothic, kind of slowly making my way into some romance, pretty much all over the board. I started in young adult and then I have tried everything since then, and I've been both indie and traditionally published. And so on this channel, what I like to do is kind of share my experiences as I kind of stumble my way through writing and put out more and more books. I have 26 books published so far and more are coming. And so every time I learn something new, as you do in this business, I try to share it with you guys on here. So if that sounds like something that you want to be a part of, then make sure that you are subscribed and that you hit the bell notification so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Now, the one thing that I really love to do on this app, on this on this channel, is to talk to you about different tools that I find that help me with my writing. And we do this once in a while. Every time that I come across a new tool or I try something that I find has really made my writing life easier somehow, I try to do different types of reviews. Sometimes it's a product review. Sometimes it's a review of a certain technique that kind of helps me. Sometimes it's planners, and a lot of times it's actually digital things, so apps and things like that. Now, I don't write by hand. I am amazed by people who do, but I have to type, as most people I think now these days do. And I started writing on Word, as I'm sure a lot of people still are on Word. Word is fine. But Word was not for me. I didn't like I didn't have the capability of storing it different places, because I like to write on different computers. Like sometimes I'm on this large computer that I have you on right now. Sometimes I am on my iPad, sometimes on my MacBook, sometimes I'm on my digital typewriter, sometimes even on my phone, and sometimes I'm recording. So I want different ways of being able to take my writing depending on where I am, what the mood I'm in, and what the book is asking for. And so I moved myself digitally, and I moved myself into Scrivener, which I do love. Scrivener is a wonderful platform for writers. There's nothing against it. However, Scrivener's iPad version, like a tablet version, was questionable at best for me. And you had to connect the two through Dropbox, and sometimes things didn't connect. It was a bit of a hassle. I have also tried Google Docs. I've lost some work in Google Docs, and I just don't like the layout of Google Docs for what I need it for, because of what I liked Scrivener was the cards, the plotting and all that. I'm a heavy plotter, right? And so I've tried different things since then. I currently am writing in a combination of Dabble and Word, kind of in between. But, there is a new player in the game. So I don't know if you guys know, I have talked about my Freeride, and I think I have a video on my Alpha Smart Neo, but I'm all about distraction-free writing when the occasion calls for it, which is a lot of times for me because I have a toddler and because my mind is everywhere. I have a weird brain, I guess. And so I need to be not distracted when I am writing. And so I really like my Freeride for that. And I got the Traveler so I could travel with it. And at the same time that I've already gotten it, I've had a few months, so it was like a bit too late to return it. A friend of mine showed me this distraction-free kind of, basically like a screen. It's about this big, and it hit my mic. It's about this big, and it's, you can connect it to different keyboards. So I could connect it to this keyboard that I have here. I could connect it to my phone keyboard, I guess, like pretty much everything. I have a typewriter keyboard, so it kind of is like a distraction-free screen. So it's basically what you would have on a distraction-free tool or digital typewriter, just the screen itself. And it's called the BYOK is the company that produces it. And I saw it, and I think they were just coming out with this, or maybe it was just like launching soon, and I already got my Freeride and I know if you've seen the video, you know my qualms with how much the Freeride costs. And so I was just like, oh, well, okay, I wish I saw that earlier, but it was too late to return the Freeride and all of that. And I do really like my Freeride. So, but she showed this to me, and she was getting one, and I got really interested. And the more and more I kind of looked at it, and I was like, you know what, I need to keep an eye out on this company. because I feel like that's just a starting point for them. And rest assured, it really was. So the company actually contacted me because they just launched a writing platform. So an app for writing. So kind of like what Dabble is, or what Scrivener is, but Scrivener Online, which is what like Dabble is basically Scrivener Online. So it's kind of like a competitor for Dabble. Maybe competitor is the wrong word. It's, everybody has a lane in this. There's no, there's spot enough for everybody. There's so many writers out there. Everybody has different things they like. And so they contacted me and they wanted to know if I would like to check it out and see what I think. And if I want to kind of show it off to you guys, my viewers, they're actually going to give everybody who's watching this, who wants to try it out on the yearly plan, 40% off if you use ANSage 40. And the code is going to be in the description for you. So if you want to check it out, they're giving us just like 40% off for a yearly plan is amazing. So they're giving all of us like a nice little discount if you want to use that. But what I wanted to do. So essentially they asked me to check it out and talk about it if I like it and so on. Or if I don't like it, just to give my honest review. And I thought, because I like to do this sometimes, we did this with a few different apps, is why not live, well, sort of live, but check it out with you guys. I'm going to share my screen. And then we are going to kind of meander through this new app, this writing app, and see what's what and see how we feel about it together. And I have not had a chance to look at it at all. The only thing I did was like a login. So when you log in, you have 14 days to check out like all the premium different things. So 14-day trial. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then afterwards, they do have a free kind of like whittled down version. So you can stay free for just writing. But I guess I'm thinking if you want some of the extras, then that's going to be the yearly plan. So they do have that, which is really great. And they did mention that this app is actually optimized for a desktop, which is, so I guess for like a laptop or a desktop. So it's optimized for that kind of computer, but they do have mobile versions as well. And so you can use it on the mobile as well, which is really, really awesome. So that's pretty exciting. So I like that they have both. Now, they did tell me to keep in mind because they're just launching. So the app literally just launched, like I think a couple of weeks ago. And so there's going to be bugs and certain things there, but they are fixing them as they go, and they are very, very responsive. And so I believe that if there's any issues, they're going to be quickly resolved. So a good kind of app to jump on top of. And if you have any issues, they have customer service. So I'm going to minimize myself, and I already am open to this app. So I'm going to put myself maybe like somewhere here for now. We can float me around. So first I wanted to open their main website. So this is the device. So if I'm going to click on this, so this is the device. So the device is on sale right now, which is amazing. I'm assuming they're doing a promotion because they just launched the app, but they started on Kickstarter. That's where my friend sent it to me. It's $139, which is quite the difference from what I paid for my Freeride, which is why I was so swayed by it in the beginning. And yeah, it literally is like this screen, and it's so quick to take with you. If you already have a keyboard you're working with, or like, let's say you're going somewhere and somebody else has a keyboard, or your phone, right? Like you can just turn your phone into a keyboard, there's apps for that. So that's the device. And then the other one that they have is the app. So I have the app open. So this is the app right here. And all I did was like, so let's kind of go through it. We're going to click on everything. We're going to see what's what. So they have an example project, but I'm not going to look at it yet. We can kind of check it out maybe at the end to see what's what. I want to look at this as though we just started this and we're setting up a project, because that's what I like to do. So as you can see over here, there is a little person. I'm assuming, yeah, that's my profile. So you're going to have my account information, different projects, the support, report a bug. So this is really nice. I like that they have the report a bug right there, because if you find something, you can just like, see something, say something kind of thing. What a reference. And then suggestion box. That's awesome. I'm already pretty impressed because most places don't ask you to give them suggestions. So this plus here, I'm going to assume it makes a project. Yeah, create new project. So this is a new project. We're going to put test. So the way that this is, I am going to assume, let's just test another one. So test 2. Okay, yeah. So every time you create a project, it will be here. So if you're working on multiple books or multiple series, for me, the way I would lay this out probably is I would have the series, and then in the series, I would maybe, if that's a possibility, have folders. But let's take a look at what we have inside. So when you click on this, I love how minimal this is. There's like literally nothing here right now, which is, you know what, that makes sense because of distraction free. That's nice. I don't think, yeah. So when I click on the cloud, nothing happens, but I'm assuming, yeah. So there's, I think here, so this is all, I love that this is so geared towards distraction free. Like even the screen is so minimal. It kind of goes with their whole vibe, which is great. So when I click on this, so trash on this side, and then let's move this aside. So we've got a couple of things here. So we've got search is, I'm assuming once you've written some stuff on there, you can type stuff in and search. And then this is tag. Oh, okay. So you can create tags for this project. So let's say I create like, let's say we're doing like romantasy. So I'm going to create a tag named romantasy for this project. Oh, and then I can do a search for, oh, and the color. Okay, so red for romantasy. I'm all about these weird things today. Okay, so we created a tag for romantasy. I'm wondering, I'm assuming you will be able to, so this is final create tags. Okay, so you could tag different, I wonder if you could, so if you could tag different chapters. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I really like that. I like this because I think Scrivener has something very similar to tags as well, and I never learned how to use it, but this seems easy. Nothing about Scrivener is easy. If you've used Scrivener, you know. Scrivener, literally, I think they've set up their whole situation that you need like a PhD on Scrivener to properly use Scrivener. Otherwise, the rest of us are just using it to type on. So another reason I left Scrivener, because I really wasn't using it to my advantage for all the things that it has. So there's a little number. Oh, nice. Okay. Yes. So here we go. So Dabble doesn't have that, you guys. Okay, so this is, and it just says right here, because it's my first time trying this. This is your timer. Adjust the time with the plus and minus control. Use the play button to start and reset button to end the timer. The I button makes the timer progress visible at the top of the drawer. Okay, so if we give, let's say you want to give, if you're doing Pomodoro, you start that, and it will count it down, and then we can see it always on top, no matter what we do. Okay, I like that. And you stop. Nice. Okay, so that's pretty cool. It's nice that you can do sprints on here. So they've thought of that. I like that. And then what do we have here? Okay. Oh, okay. So dark mode. That's cool. If you like to write at night, and you don't want to wake up anybody, that's pretty cool. I don't do any work during the night. The only work I do at night is drinking wine and knitting. So I would not use that, but I can see how if you do write at night and if you're like in a communal space, like a living room or something, or a bedroom, you might want to use that. That's cool. Focus mode, more distraction free. So focus mode, I feel like we need to write maybe to have focus mode. So we'll test that again. So full screen. Nice. Okay. So yeah. So I have a huge screen. I'm on a 27-inch, and this is really cool because it it literally takes everything. Okay, so full screen, and then word count. Again, I feel like we would need to click this on to see it when we actually have a project. And then down here is the same stuff that we saw. Okay, so it's the same stuff we saw before. Cool. All right, so let's try something. I am assuming that this plus button does stuff for us. So plus, yeah, here we go. Okay, so like I said, this folder here, so I can probably create a folder in this. So if we click folder, we're gonna do book 1, let's say, and then oops, I clicked on it. And then you can create another folder, and you're gonna call that book 2. So now we have all these different books. So book 1, let's say we're in book 1. So I really like that. So let's say we had a series name, test series, book 1 in test series. And then if I click on home, what happens? It takes me, yes. Okay. I'm into it, you guys. I like this. So we click plus again. So it looks like you can upload. So I figured I would have something where if you already are working on something, so I can take like my manuscript that I'm working on now and upload it into here, which is cool. Oh, you guys, look at this. Do you see this? A wiki? Okay, we'll try that in a second. So we've got the text. So let's go in the order. So we got a text folder. So let's say in book 1, this is chapter 1, right? So we're on this. We're going to open it up. Oh, click here to open the text menu. Oh. So testing. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So... Oh, okay. So you can change default narrative. I would probably keep this on. So this is your export. So this seems pretty standard. You can highlight, the usual stuff that you would have. What happens when you... So now here we go. Now you can search for your tags in here. Okay, cool. Yes, that's nice. And then what if we do this plus, what did that do? Oh, zooming. Okay, so plus minus over here is zooming. So we can get out of that. So now let's test this mode that we wanted to test. So let's test the full screen mode. Oh, focus mode. So it takes away all of, so I don't know if you can see, but the chapter 1, the pluses, and it's also minimal. You really don't even need this because this is all so cool. It's all focus mode really for me because I'm used to like a whole bunch of stuff happening. I like that you can actually control the focus mode when you want to be in and out because in Dabble right now, when I'm writing, if you're writing for a long time, it automatically kind of like fades everything out around it and it puts you in focus mode and you have no control unless it's something I haven't figured out yet. But I like that I can control this because sometimes I like seeing everything around it and sometimes I want the focus mode. So word count. Now, what does that mean? Do we see any word? Oh, down here, word count. So it's showing me we typed 6 words. Okay, cool. This is okay. I know I keep talking about it, but the minimal of this is really nice. So let's set a timer right now, like we wanted to do. So let's pretend we're doing a timer. We're gonna make it visible, and now we are typing. But where is the timer? So it says it's gonna flow. Is my head just in the way, maybe? So we're typing blah blah blah. I'm just literally like pressing on the keyboard. Not seeing it. What did it say? It will float on top of... Oh, it's here. Oh, okay. So the timer, somehow I bolded this accidentally. I probably pressed Control B. So the timer is this line down here and it's counting down and that's what this is clever. I like it a lot. Okay, this is very clever. So if you click this, there's a progress bar, basically. The timer turns into a progress bar, so it's still not distracting at all. So I guess over here in the chapters, you can add everything else. So if we go back to book 1, so we're in book 1. Okay, so in book 1, let's try to add something else in here. Let's try to add a wiki. I really like that. So this is a test wiki. So we're going to click. Ooh, excuse me, 2 screens just popped up. Hi, I like that. Okay, so, okay, you guys, I might be sold. It might be time to move all my books over to this. So I'm typing, right? I'm still bolded for some reason. There we go. So I got caps lock on. I am just epic fail. All right, so I'm typing here, but on the right side, so you can open 2 screens at the same time. That's great. So now over here, this is our wiki, right? So if we had this wiki filled in, so let's say we're going to add a category. So characters, right? That's a category. Right click or long press on wiki items for more options. Wiki items can be reordered by dragging and dropping, which we like. So rename, delete. So these are the options. I think right click is for all of them. So let's say we're going to add a category that says world and let's add a category that says magic. So now let's go into characters. This is your wiki navigation bar. Select the home button. Okay. Select the breadcrumb button to view your current location. What is the breadcrumb button? Is that it? Home. What's the breadcrumb button? Okay, so we'll figure that out later. So now you can do either a category or an entry. So let's say we're putting a new entry, and the entry is character 1. And, okay. Oh. So this is like, you would just type here. Oh, an entry. Okay, clearly I am a little bozo bagging. So go into it. Oh, so this is your, so that would be, let's delete that for a second. So what if I want to add a category? So main character. So, and over here, I would type an entry, and let's say we will go, oh, so if we go character 1, and you can add a picture in here. Here's a random picture of some train tracks. Let's see what happens. Small, insert. Where will it insert it? Where are you? Where is the picture? Okay, so we already did that. And we inserted it. Let's say we saved it. Oh, you just have to click save. So now we are going with, can I type somewhere? Or is this the only place I can type? Oh, am I clicking something? I feel like I'm typing and I just don't see it. So am I frozen? I might be frozen. I think I froze myself. Let's refresh. I think I was typing too many things and clicking too many things. Okay, so yeah. So I froze myself. Did I? I feel like I'm somewhere that I shouldn't be right now. Something is happening. My platform. Okay, here we are. We're loading again. We're back in business, you guys. So book 1, chapter 1. Test wiki. Here we go. Okay, so we are back in business. Okay, so you would fill and you can move this around. So we're in here. We're in main characters. This is our main character. Edit this. Add a link. Okay, so you could link through. So you would type in here, you would fill this out and everything, like you would go back to, okay, got it. And then this is home. Okay, cool. So I think I would probably have to play around with this a little bit more. And I might, this is one of those things because I, very rarely do I use a wiki, to be honest with you. I kind of just like dump notes everywhere. I've always wanted to use a wiki. And so I feel like this is something I would probably get a lot of use of, but I would need somebody to help me. And so I probably ask somebody on customer service to kind of further explain to me, but I am assuming, and we can check this out right now, actually, if we go back to the app, I wonder if it will take me back to, so yeah, so this is what it looks like. So they do have different features. So you can see here, see how they have like the chapter. No, oh, this is cool. Oh my God. Oh, we're about to go wild on here, you guys. So they do have videos to show you kind of how everything is. And one thing I should mention is if you do have that distraction-free writing tool that I think is so cool of theirs, like the screen, it integrates right with this, which is very cool. Okay, so now we're going to add the next thing. Let's try adding something else. Let's try to add some cards because I like that. So test cards. Because you know me. So, oh, okay. So you can have two screens at the same time, always open. And I guess when you click on something, it lets you choose where you want. So we're going to get out of the chapter and we're going to put some cards here. So click here to add a new card. So this is basically the same way that I use it now. It's by their index cards. So you would go like beat 1 and then blah, 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 whatever happens here. And then beat 2. So yeah, so this is where your plotting would essentially kind of start, at least for me. This is where plotting would start to happen for me. Oh, you can change the color of the cards. Nice. That's pretty cute. Oh, purple. Let's do purple. So you can change the colors of the cards, which is really cute, like if you want different things. So that's cool. So this is, and I'm assuming you can move them around. Can you move these around? Yeah, so you can move them around. Oh, great. Okay, so this is great. So that I really like that because you guys know me, I'm plotting, so that will be good. And then if you do a new grid, I'm literally labeling things like I'm a raccoon on meth when I'm labeling these things. Like look at this, chapter 1 with a 1, book 1, but 1 is spelled out. We got test and test cards, then new. All right, so let's change this one now, and we'll put a, so what is, okay, so, insert row above, row below, okay. So you could start to work out an entire plot grid on here. This is really nice. So we'll go with, like, let's say this is time like 5 p.m. I'm going to say 5 p.m. So you'll do like a timeline. And a new title. And we'll label this like an occurrence. So let's say something happens, whatever, doesn't matter. And then what we could do is move this could we move it? Trying to think. Do we insert row below? Insert row below, and can we move this one? New tile. So this is title. Okay. You can resize tiles by clicking and dragging their borders. And then how do I do that though? Another thing I need to play around with. I'm liking the concept of this. I feel like that is, where was it? I think I saw it somewhere here. Is this project grid? Yeah. So the great novel came when you're playing. So you can okay. So this is, I see. So it's a project grid. Okay, I see. So this is kind of like a Notion space too. This is very cool, you guys. So I was doing this way off. So delete, selection, delete, selection, delete, selection, delete, selection. So this is actually, so if we look at this, they have all projects. I see. Okay, so this would be like a header or a title. So a header would be like they said, like if you have journal. And you could different color on this. Okay. And the title is here, and that would be like book 1 is what we had. So you would organize all of your projects here, kind of like a Notion, like a cool looking version of a Notion. Okay, this is cool. So that and Wiki, because this usually does, because if it's not something I'm used to doing, like cards are easy, typing is easy, but this is new to me, and that is very, very cool. I'm a fan. Okay, so now outline is pretty easy. So test outline again, Math Raccoon, you guys. So we'll go here. So what is that? Oh, what's that? Oh, okay. So 1 is header 1. So beat 1. What's that? And do you put something underneath? I feel like I'm like trying this. Okay. So you put something here. Okay. So levels. So this was level 1. So beat 1. Title. So beat 1 inciting incident. You would never put the inciting incident in beat 1. However, here we are, and now you can nest. So now we're nesting level 3. This happens, and then another level 3. This happens. Okay, you guys, this is a way to do the outline. Now we're going, let's say, B2, and you would do the same thing. Midpoint. Again, nobody plots a novel with this craziness. Okay, that's cool. So essentially, let's go in here. So we're writing, let's say, chapter 1. We're going to put it here. You could literally type and look at your outline at the same time. So you could scroll through this and see what's coming up next. This is a great layout. I can see why this is tailored more for a desktop, because you really kind of need, I think, like like a phone, especially, like it would probably be hard to make the most use of something like this. But this is very, very nice. I quite like it. That's great. So you could do, so that's kind of like what we have to work with, which I really, really like. So if we go into home, still have our book 1, book 2. And I am assuming that if we click out of all of this, we're going to go here. And how do we, and then if we click here, we go back to all of our projects again. This is really, really cool. So let's take a look, actually. So let's take a look at their example project. And I want to look, so the ones I was having issues with, because not on them, on me, I don't know what I'm doing, is the grid and the wiki. So let's take a look at the wiki. So journal, novel notes, a world building wiki. That's what we want to see, right? Because this is like where the meat is. So magic and mysticism, of course. Types of magic. Is there anything here? Magical artifacts. See, so this is, I think I need to watch the videos on this because they also don't have, unless they only have it on the first. No. So I don't know what it would look. I'd like to know, to see what, like when you go in here, like what this part would look for. Because right now you can only put, this is read only, so I can't do anything. Obviously, I would destroy the whole system if I tried. So I would like to see what is inside all of these. So I'm wondering if they have project grid, project view. Let's look at this again. So I'm just on their website now, looking back. So that's, oh, okay. I see. So you could do like a whole, this is very, very cool. So character wiki is open here and you've got the name, background, character arc. You could really dig down with this. The project drawer, which is the underneath one, dark mode enabled. Focus mode, we looked at that. Where I want to see. So that was the wiki, I guess. So that's what they have it. So let's just go down to where we were. So this is what it essentially would look like. So you would open it on the 2 screens when you're opening it. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then let's take a look at this one. I think okay. So we were here and we wanted to look at the grid. Content, brainstorm, plot. Also, okay, 1 second. Plot grid. So you can lay it out like that. That's what I was looking for. This is, it's like, okay, so you'd set up a table. So over here, you'd set up a table, chapter, plot, and then what happens. And everything is Gandalf happened. Okay, I like that they're using this as an example. It's hilarious. Okay, that's cool. So that's a cool looking plot grid. That looks nice. And chapter note. Oh, it opens at the same time, of course. And then chapter notes. You can set them all up and move them around. That's nice. Content brainstorm. Let's open that. Idea. So yeah, so this is, okay, so I will say what this reminds me of. This grid reminds me of like a combination of almost like Notion and Milanote. So it's almost like Milanote for index cards, actually. That's, I think, what this is like. So look, all these different ideas you could drop in here, or you can have your chapter notes. The plot grid really interests me a lot. I quite like that. Okay, so I like that a lot. Actually, you know what? Let's take a look at how they did, what they have in the cards, because that's really the only one that, so research to do, chapter notes, outline. So outline, so this is what they, so it's kind of like the same way I had it, and I'm assuming you can move that around. This is really cool. I think this is all there is. I think we kind of hit all the main points, but I'm just going to enlarge myself and we can do like a very quick little chat about this. So thoughts so far. So I think I would need, it's all very, very self-explanatory and easy. I will say that when I switched from Scrivener to Dabble, it was a bit more of a learning curve. This feels like I kind of have the hang of most of it already just from what we just did. But I will say I would need help with the wiki and still with the grid, because while when I see it, the grid, especially the plot grid, I see how it goes. But when I was trying to click stuff around, like I just wasn't doing the right things, I think. And so I would need to watch the tutorial that they have. They would have like a little video. And they do have good customer support. And so I could always ask somebody there to help me with it. But overall, I am really like, the thing that sold me on this is the 2 screens. Having the 2 screens open is absolutely amazing and so crucial. You don't realize how much you need that, especially when you're kind of like later in the novel or later in the series. Like if I am writing book like 5 or 6 in a series and I need to know what a character looks like in somewhere like Scrivener or Dabble or Word, or if I'm pen and paper, whatever it is. Don't even mention the Freeride because there's nothing there. But I would have to get out of writing, stop writing, put a pause in the creative process and go and check to see what happened. And that really puts a damper on the writing. And so having the 2 screens really sold me. I think that's like my main selling point right now is that. And I really like that there's a wiki in there, because usually you would have to host your wiki somewhere if you want like a proper wiki. And if this works the way that I think it does, then that in itself is like money worth in gold, like it's worth its weight in gold, because usually hosting wikis, once you start adding pictures, there's like it's, you know, you have limited space. Even like if you're using Notion for wiki, like there's a certain amount of space that you can add stuff in, then you gotta link it to, it's just a pain in the butt. So if this is all in one place, I mean, this could be like it for me, you guys. Like I might be fully just switching over. I'd have to play around with it a bit more, but as it stands right now, like I'm pretty sold. It's really nice. I like how minimal it is. I like how easy it is. I like that it has like all the things that you need and none of the frills. Like there's none of all this extra stuff that you probably don't even need. Like I know Scrivener is probably great for a lot of stuff, but like as a writer, like it has so much stuff that I just don't need, right? Like I just want to write and I want to organize my stuff somewhere. Like that's really all I need. Like I need a Bible so I know what I'm writing about for my characters and world and all that stuff. I need to brainstorm, I need to plot, and I need to write. And this has all of that with a couple of extras, which is nice. So I really, really like this. I like the minimalism, but the two opening the 2 different windows, that for me was like, oh, I think that's priceless. That's so good. It's so amazing they thought of that, like truly. So that's kind of like my thoughts. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. How did you feel about this? It's a newer app. I feel like they're a real contender here, because they've got like all the stuff and like exactly how you'd want it. So that's exciting. This is so cool. I love finding stuff like this. I'm really glad they reached out. Thank you so much to the team for actually like reaching out and contacting me, because I'm so excited about this. It's such a great platform that you've developed. And let me know in the comments what your favorite features are of this, and if you're thinking of trying them out. Also, don't forget Sage 40, I believe. I'll put the actual coupon code for 40% off your first year if you decide to try them out. So I'll put that in the description with a link to the app. But let me know what you thought. I'm really, really excited about this, clearly, but hopefully you liked it too. And hopefully there's some features in here for you to check out. And if you have the screen already, like the actual distraction-free screen, then let me know what you think about that. And as always, thank you guys for sticking around. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I love doing stuff like this. And I'll try to see what else is out there for me to review and check out with everybody. And I will see you next week for another video. It's been surreal. I'm just back from vacation, and so I'm kind of like getting into the hang of things, but I've got a lot to discuss. And so I think we might be doing an author chat next video, because there's like a lot of really cool, fun things happening, and I want to chat about them. So as always, I hope you stay magical, and I will see you next week for another video. Bye.